Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Batman, the 1960s television show. If you're a fan of Batman, make sure to check out my playlist as well as my other 1,800 videos for you to enjoy on classic TV shows and movies. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. Now, I don't know if you believe in this or not, and that is curses. You know, farther we go back in time, I think the more people talk and rely on the fact of curses. I can't say that I believe in them myself, but I will tell you this, that some people may think that this episode of Batman is cursed. Now, why do I say that? Well, let's talk about it first. It's called Death in Slow Motion, which is an ironic title because of what I'm talking about today. Yeah, 2 deaths in this episode, and it is a very interesting one from season 1, episode 31. It aired April of 1966. Now in this one, the Riddler is back and he's pursuing a silent movie theme with his latest scheme. Now in this one we have the amazing Frank Gorshin, where he's playing the Riddler, and he is always entertaining to watch. He plays Charlie Chaplin and he has his gang, and they raid a movie theater, a newly opened one in Gotham, and the culprits turn out to be the Riddler. That is, he's playing Charlie Chaplin, and his gang, they're all in disguise. So they lead Batman and Robin on a crime spree chase from the bakery past Gotham's library into a temperance party. And at each of these events, the villains are accompanied by German filmmaker von Bloheim, who captures everything on film. Now this is important because after he captures everything on film, he's trying to sell it to this art connoisseur who collects all these silent films. Now what's interesting, this art connoisseur, this man who's really popular, is played by a real old-time silent movie star. His name was Francis X. Bushman. He played Mr. Van Jones, the silent film connoisseur. Now, Bushman was a popular actor who starred in a lot of movies going back into the teens. Yeah, 1960, 1925, into the 50s, and finally ending in the 1960s, where he would be in some television shows as well. What's very fascinating about him is that he passed away in 1966. Interestingly enough, this Batman episode came out in 1966. April of 66, he passed away in August of 66. So he only lived 3 to 4 months between when this episode essentially was made, when it came out, and then his death. So it's pretty shocking to think about that he made this and it was pretty much his last work. He had another piece of work, but essentially this was his last work that he was able to get on the small screen. And another man, Theodore Marcuse. Now, he has been highlighted by me in many other videos, including Star Trek and Hogan's Heroes, amongst others. But he was also a very popular actor who died at a very young age, at the age of 47, and he died not even a year after this episode. And so we have 2 men with very interesting careers that came to an end after this episode aired. Now you can ask yourself, was this episode cursed? Did it lead to both of these men's deaths? Now, how did Theodore Marcuse pass away? He actually died in a car accident. There's very little information on exactly where the car accident was. Even if you look it up, there's hard to find reports on it, which is rather unusual. Some say he was inebriated during his drive, but even that can't really even put a lot of weight on that because there was just one report on that and everything else is very sketchy in terms of information. I thought I'd highlight them and their work because they are very good actors. Theodore was also in The Twilight Zone and many other movies that were very popular, but he's mostly known as Korob in Star Trek. Now, have you ever heard of Francis X. Bushman? Have you heard of Theodore Marcuse and seeing him and their work? What do you think about them? And what do you think about this alleged curse? Do you think it could be possible? Do you think it's just coincidence? I mean, they passed away in a rather short time after this, and they both were on the set at the same time. They both acted together, and it is strange to think about this. Now, most of these actors are gone themselves, but someone passing away or 2 people passing away so quickly in one episode is quite unusual. And they say nothing is really a coincidence. I'd love to see your thoughts down below. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much for your support as always, and most importantly, always stay positive and be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons, Russ C, Sally N, Vito L, Citizen Kane 359, David D, Jerry D, Jennifer P, and Kevin K. If you want to join this list and be a patron supporter, it does help out so much, and I thank you ahead of time.